What's up, you guys? My name is Alex Hampton, and this is a brand new show called Ask Alex, where you can ask me any questions that are going on in Hollywood or just movie news or anything that is going on in today's world and society. I normally take a lot of questions about movie news, so this show will be directed towards movie news and things that are going on in Hollywood, but I'll like to throw a curveball in there and talk about anything that's going on in sports or music or whatever the case may be. So, but to get your question on this show, all you have to do is tweet me at Mr. Alex Hampton on Twitter. You can leave a comment on my Instagram at Mr. Alex Hampton on Instagram. Or you can just simply email me at static145910 @gmail.com. You can send me all different types of questions, and your questions will be named on my show. So now that I've gotten out the way, let's get into question one. So question one comes from a Mr. Derek Jacobs, who writes, "Hey Alex, I love your content." Oh, well, thank you, Jacob. I really do appreciate that. I wanted to know, what are your thoughts about Katt Williams and Kevin Hart's beef? Thanks for taking my questions and keep up the good work. Well, Derek, I think I said your name right, Derek Jacobs. Well, personally speaking, I am not the type of person that likes to beef with anybody, but when I see this situation happen in Hollywood about Katt Williams and Kevin Hart beef, I don't really see why they need to beef at all. It's more so Katt Williams beefing with Kevin Hart than Kevin Hart beefing with Katt Williams. And the only reason why I say that is because when he got on the radio, some radio station in Atlanta, it's on YouTube, you can watch the interview, where he basically dropped certain comedians, which were Tiffany Haddish, Lil Rel, Kevin Hart, and some other comedians, of how they basically skated their way through comedy, and people like him, Lunel, and other comedians had to work their way up. And I felt like, to a degree, his comments were false. And just the things that he named about him, saying he owned his own specials, he traveled, he's done 15 consecutive tours worldwide. And when I watched the interview with Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish, he basically said, listen, just Google all this information. If you Google all this information, which I did, Katt Williams doesn't own all of his specials. Like, you can Google this information and it'll tell you the credits of who actually owns what. So Katt Williams doesn't own all his specials, number one. And number two, Kevin Hart was really right when he said there's a Forbes list every year. If you go back into 2006, 2007, Katt Williams has never been on it. Up from 2006 to 2007 up until now, in 2018, where's Katt Williams' name on it? So I'm not saying, and I'm not like, listen, I'm not taking sides or taking sides. I'm on the side of facts. So if you're gonna say that I do this stuff and I've been doing this better than you and all this other stuff, where are the facts? So that's my thing. So I'm not saying that Katt Williams is wrong in terms of him working hard, but I will say that Kevin Hart works twice as hard. He has a LOL network. He produces his own films. He's partnering with different studios. Like, the man is constantly on his grind. I support and love Kevin Hart. I support and love Katt Williams. Both of those are funny guys, and I think that the beef is just unnecessary, in my opinion. But thank you for giving me that question, Derek. But now I'm about to go to my next question, which comes from a Natalie Summers. She writes, "Hey Alex, have you ever thought about doing comedy skits or monologues on your channel?" Well, thank you, Natalie, for your question. So as you guys know, I consider myself as an actor, director, and I want to do different things on my YouTube channel. So I will be doing my own short films. I said earlier in one of my previous videos that I would be doing my own short film that's originally created by me, that is not based off any source material. It's going to be my own thoughts, my own characters, my own everything, right? Which I am going to do at some point. But with that being said, I do consider myself an actor. I do consider myself kind of funny as well. So I will be doing comedy skits and I will be doing monologues here and there. It probably won't be as consistent as the short films that I put out, but in between the times that I'm working on films or just other content on my YouTube channel, I will be doing comedy skits and monologues. So stay tuned for that. That will show up on my channel. I don't know if I mentioned that in my previous video where I talked about what's going to be coming out in the next couple months and then going into 2019, but I will be doing comedy skits and monologues. So thank you for your question, Natalie. I really do appreciate that. So the next question comes from a Calvin Johnson. Hey Alex, how come the DCTV universe is doing better than the film universe? So I kind of already addressed this in one of my previous shows called Hero TV, where I just basically weighed the comparison of how the DC TV universe and the DC film universe, how creative one camp is and the other camp isn't. You can go check that video. Actually, I'll put a link in the description below of that video under this video. But to give you a short answer, Calvin, is the fact that I just think that the people at the DC TV universe, which is strictly the CW, has a lot more to play with, and they're very creative. And there's not much oversight. There's not much Warner Brothers oversight. Warner Brothers just basically told CW, listen, you can use these characters, you can drop Easter eggs here and there, but you can't go this far. That's probably the extent of their oversight. I don't work for DC, so I don't know. But at the end of the day, I think that the TV side has a lot more creativity versus the film side. When I look at the film side, they have some creative people working there, but the problem is that you know, the people at Warner Brothers and the people at DC just are basically changing the narrative of their stories. When I look at movies like Justice League was not supposed to be what it was. Neither was Batman vs Superman. Anytime a movie studio releases a ultimate cut of a movie, that was supposed to be the original movie. So that's why I'm like, when you watch the ultimate cut of BVS, it's actually a better movie than the theatrical cut. Versus the Justice League cut of the movie, I'm like, this movie could have been better. So, but thank you for your question, Calvin, and I really do appreciate you watching my content. I'm going to take one more question. I'm going to try to keep it very short and sweet. So this next question comes from Tiffany James. So, hey Alex, I love your content. Well, thank you, Tiffany. I do appreciate that. So I saw your tweet about about how DC doesn't have faith in Aquaman. I was wondering why you think they don't have any faith in this movie. Well, I kind of answered that. This is kind of going back to what I said earlier about the last question. I made a video about it on my Hero TV show, which you guys can go check that out as well. But basically, to answer that question in a nutshell, DC released a 5-minute trailer of that movie. And I think they did that out of desperation. I'm sorry, but 9 times out of 10, when you look at Marvel, when you look at Sony, when you look at Universal, anytime they're releasing a comic book film, they don't release 5-minute trailers of that film, especially not their second trailer of the film. So I think what they're trying to do is show us the good parts of Aquaman, but when you look at the beginning to the end, it might not be as exciting as it seems. You know, and I have faith in James Wan. James Wan did a good job with all of his films that he's produced. And even like one of my favorite films that he's produced is the Furious 7 film. So I think James Wan's going to do an amazing job, but I think that DC probably doesn't have faith in the project. But that concludes all of my questions on the first episode of Ask Alex. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to follow me on my various social medias like Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, I'll put them all in the link in the description below. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to this video. Thank you for watching this video, and you guys have a blessed. Thank you for watching this video. If you're not a subscriber to Brand New Productions, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube page by clicking this button right here. And also, if you want to see all the different content that I'm putting out, go ahead and click on this video up here, or this video down here, where you get to see all the different content I'll be coming out with, whether it's short films, movie reviews, or any other thing that I'm doing on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. You guys have a great day.